I call upon the spirit of the owl, messenger of wisdom. Welcome to the Temple of the Owl. Merry meet, seekers of knowledge, for I am Matsowl, your host, as we journey through the mystical world. Here at the Temple of the Owl, in the forests of Northern California. In this episode, we're going to talk about one of my favorite witches, named Laurie Cabot. And I wanted to make this show. But first, I gotta say, thank you guys for listening, and thank you for listening on KUAP Digital Broadcasting. That's the Troubled Minds Radio Network. I want to thank Michael Strange for putting these shows up and helping me, inspiring me to do these shows. And everyone over there, ask you guys to go listen to Troubled Minds. So thank you, Mike, for that. And I also want to thank everybody for helping and inspiring these shows. But I'd like to start the show with what I call the MOD, or the message of the day. It's a little quote that I find that helps me explain the topic. And today's quote is, "Witchcraft is a science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with the will, using means not currently understood by traditional Western science." And that's by Laurie Cabot. I wanted to do these shows. This kind of show is kind of like a side series. I wanted to kind of talk about this stuff because it's important that we go back and learn from our ancestors. And so I wanted to do this little series. I wanted to call it The World of Witches, where I kind of just break down a famous witch from the history and kind of talk about them, what they've done, and what they've done for us, for the world, and just kind of talk about that and make you guys think about, go back and research these people and learn about them, because it's important that we go back and listen to and think about our ancestors and the people that were here before us. I wanted to talk about one of my favorite witches that she's helped me, and this is the one that really, one of my first books that I read was one of her books that really kind of got me into this stuff. So I think it's important to me, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. And so let's talk about Laurie Cabot. Well, that quote, it encapsulates her view of witchcraft as both it's mystical and methodical. It's like blending intention, energy, and practice that defines her teachings. Now, Laurie Cabot is known as the official Witch of Salem. She's a predominant figure in the modern witchcraft and Wiccan community. She was born in 1933. She became well known for promoting the practice of witchcraft as a legitimate religion and lifestyle. In 1977, Michael Dukakis, then he was the governor of Massachusetts, officially recognized her with the honorary title to celebrate her contributions to the community and tourism in Salem. Cabot founded the Coven of the Green Flame and established the Cabot tradition of witchcraft, blending traditional witchcraft practices and her own teachings. Her philosophy emphasizes witchcraft as a science, art, and a religion, with focuses on energy manipulation, healing, and psychic development. She opened a shop called the Witch Shop in Salem, and it sold witchcraft-related items and books, and taught classes about various aspects of magic and spirituality. Cabot also authored books such as The Power of the Witch, that's the one I'm talking about, that I first read, and The Witch in Every Woman, also a really good book, sharing her insights and experiences with a wider audience. She was a trailblazer in normalizing and educating people about witchcraft. Laurie Cabot's work was significantly influenced public perceptions and acceptance of witchcraft as a valid spiritual path. Laurie Cabot was born Mercedes Elizabeth Kersley in 1933. She grew up in the Boston area, where she had early experiences that would shape her lifelong path in witchcraft. She claimed to have had psychic abilities from a young age, which laid the foundation for her interest in magic and the mystical. Growing up, she explored these talents and began to identify as a witch. In the 1960s, Cabot moved to Salem, Massachusetts, a city known for its infamous witch trials of 1692. Her arrival marked a turning point for both her personal journey and the town's identity, embracing her fully, and she wore traditional black clothing and openly spoke of her practice, drawing attention to the historical and spiritual significance of witchcraft. In 1977, the mayor named her the official Witch of Salem for her efforts and to promote tourism and education in the area. This recognition not only bolstered her public profile, but also helped reshape the image of witches from one of historical fear to the community of involvement in healing. Cabot opened her shop, the Witch Shop, and later called Crowhaven Corner, which became places where people would learn about witchcraft, purchase spell-related items, and explore the craft through classes and readings. She also starts the Witches League for Public Awareness to dispel myths about witchcraft and advocate for religious acceptance. Her teachings emphasize the use of witchcraft as a positive force, integrating elements of science, spirituality, and art. Cabot believed that witchcraft involved harnessing energy to influence change, foster healing, and develop psychic awareness. Her philosophy centered around the interconnectedness of all life and the responsible use of magic. Cabot authored several influential books, which introduced many readers to the principles of practices of modern witchcraft. Her approach blended practical teachings such as meditation and visualization with a deeper spiritual understanding of the natural world. Throughout her life, Laurie Cabot has been both celebrated and criticized for her open embrace of witchcraft. Regardless of different opinions, her role in bringing witchcraft into mainstream consciousness and advocating for the rights of those who practice witchcraft is undeniable. Even in her later years, she continues to teach, write, and inspire those interested in following the path of the witch. Laurie Cabot's life and career have been marked by a series of significant accomplishments that have left a lasting impact on the perception and the practice of witchcraft. Laurie Cabot moved to Salem in the 1960s and became instrumental in transforming the town into a modern center for witchcraft and occult tourism. Her presence and teachings helped shifted the city's reputation from one of the historical witch trials to a hub of modern witchcraft and acceptance. We already talked about that. She was named by the mayor. She opened a witch shop. Now, these shops served as resources for both practitioners and those curious about witchcraft, blending retail with education. Laurie Cabot founded the Cabot tradition of witchcraft, which incorporates elements of Celtic and Western traditions, emphasizing witchcraft as a science, art, and a religion. This tradition focuses on psychic development, healing, and energy manipulation, and teaches the responsible use of the magic power. She started the Witches League for Public Awareness to combat negative stereotypes about witchcraft and advocate for the rights of witches and Wiccans. This organization played an essential role in dispelling myths and promoting the positive aspects of witchcraft as religious and spiritual practice. Now, I'll talk about the two books that I'm kind of break those down to: The Power of the Witch and The Witch in Every Woman, and another book called Love Magic. Now, these books combine practical guidance, historical insight, and personal antidotes, helping to popularize witchcraft in the mainstream culture. Throughout her career, Laurie Cabot taught classes and workshops on witchcraft, meditation, psychic development, and energy healing. She shared her knowledge through lectures and community events, mentoring generations of witches and speakers interested in the craft. Cabot's visibility increased through her appearances on television, radio, and in print media, where she discussed witchcraft's misunderstood nature. She was a voice for destigmatizing the craft, emphasizing that it was not about dark magic, but a path of empowerment, healing, and harmony with nature. Laurie Cabot's work has had profound influence on both the modern witchcraft movement and the acceptance of witchcraft as a valid religious practice. Her dedication to educating others and advocating for witches' rights has solidified her legacy as a pioneering figure in the Wiccan and pagan communities. Laurie Cabot has authored several books that have played an essential role in spreading knowledge about modern witchcraft and empowering readers to embrace the spiritual paths. Now, the one I was talking about that I first read is called The Power of the Witch, The Earth, the Moon, and the Magical Path to Enlightenment. It came out in 1989. It's arguably Laurie Cabot's most famous book. In it, she presents witchcraft as a practical, spiritual, and scientific path to both personal and universal enlightenment. This book covers basic practices of modern witchcraft, including meditation, spellcasting, and rituals. It emphasizes the importance of connecting with nature's cycles and using psychic abilities for healing and personal growth. The Power of the Witch has been pivotal in demystifying witchcraft and making it more accessible to a broader audience. Another good book by her is called The Witch in Every Woman, Reawakening the Magical Natural Nature to the Feminine to Heal, Protect, Create, and Empower. It came out in 1997. Now, this book focuses on feminine power and magic, aiming to inspire women to embrace their inner witch and innate wisdom. Cabot explores historical and mythological figures such as Cleopatra and Joan of Arc as archetypes for powerful women. She provides exercises and rituals designed to help women rediscover their strength and tap into their creative, protective, and healing abilities. This book is a mix of empowerment, literature, and practical witchcraft guidance. Another book called Love Magic, The Way to Love Through Rituals, Spells, and the Magical Life, came out in 2000. In Love Magic, Laurie Cabot shares insights on how witchcraft can be used to enhance and attract love in one's life. This book includes rituals, spells, and meditative techniques for fostering self-love, creating deep romantic connections, and bringing harmony into relationships. It provides practical advice for using the principles of magic to nurture relationships and realign them with one's desires. Another one is Celebrate the Earth, the Year of Holidays in the Pagan Traditions, and it came out in 1994. In this book, Cabot explores the celebration of holidays within the pagan traditions. She delves into the history and the rituals associated with Earth and the 8 Sabbats of the Wheel of the Year, from Samhain to Midsummer. Celebrate the Earth is a guide for those who want to incorporate magical traditions into their spiritual practices, offering rituals, recipes, and activities to honor each seasonal change. Laurie Cabot has also contributed to various essays and collections that focus on witchcraft and spirituality. Her collaborations often involve co-authoring books or articles and with notable figures in the witchcraft community, providing perspectives that blend her own teachings with wider insights into Wicca and paganism. Laurie Cabot's books have made significant contributions to the mainstream understanding the acceptance of witchcraft. They are known for being user-friendly, blending practical instructions with historical context and personal reflections. Her works emphasize the positive aspects of witchcraft, focusing on healing, empowerment, and living in harmony with nature. These books continue to serve as resources for both beginners and experienced practitioners, offering guidance on how to integrate witchcraft into daily life. One of her well-known spells from Laurie Cabot's teachings is the Circle of Protection. It's a ritual that embodies her broader philosophy on witchcraft as a practice rooted in intention, energy, and harmony with nature. This ritual is not only a practical tool for personal safety and psychic protection, but also showcases her emphasis on using witchcraft as a positive force. The Circle of Protection is a foundational ritual in many witchcraft traditions, and Cabot's version emphasizes clarity, energy, direction, and visualization. The purpose of the ritual is to create an energetic boundary that protects the practitioner from negative influences and external harm. It is one performed before more intensive spell work or meditation to ensure that the practitioner's space is shielded and energetically pure. Gather items such as candles, incense, the wand, or the antheme. Choose tools that resonate with your energy or the elements you want to invoke. Begin with some deep breathing or meditation. Clear and center yourself. And of course, as always, don't do any rituals while driving. Laurie Cabot often emphasized this step as crucial for connecting with your energy and focusing on your intent. That's breathing and centering yourself. Visualize a bright white light emanating from your body and extending outward to form a protective sphere or circle around you. In her teachings, Cabot stressed the importance of visualization as the tool for directing energy. Call upon the four elements, earth, air, water, and fire, to strengthen the circle. You can face each cardinal direction and say an invocation and ask for the protection and guidance of the element. Speak a personal affirmation such as, I stand within the sacred circle, protected and empowered. Only love and positive energy may enter. After completing any further rituals or spells, close the circle by thanking the elements and envisioning the protective light dissipating safely into the environment. The ritual showcases Cabot's belief in energy manipulation as the core aspect of witchcraft. The creation of the protective circle is a way to harness and direct one's psychic energy purposefully. And we'll probably end up doing a whole show on the magic circle by itself. But the creation, she often taught that witchcraft is not just a spiritual practice, it's also a form of mental discipline. This ritual embodies the idea blending meditation, visualization, and the physical act of creating sacred space. By invoking the elements, practitioners could build a connection to nature, which she viewed as integral to understanding the practicing witchcraft. It reinforces the idea that witches work in harmony with natural forces, not against them. The ritual aligns with Cabot's ethical teachings that emphasizes the safe and positive use of magical practices. The Circle of Protection ensures that any work done remains shielded and from unintended negative influences, promoting responsible magic. This ritual is a testament to Cabot's teaching that witchcraft is a science, an art, and a religion. The circle represents unity, wholeness, and the sacred space in which the practitioner is connected to a larger universe. It signifies that the practitioner's will and intention are central in performing effective and ethical magic. By practicing the circle of protection, practitioners engage in the key aspect of Cabot's teachings, using witchcraft as a means of personal empowerment, safety, and alignment with the natural and universal forces. Well, what do you guys think? Have you heard of Laurie Cabot before? Let me know in the comments. But I just want to do that, talk about her, and talk about how, like I said, she's influenced me. She definitely has a big influence on me, and I want to thank her for that. But her books I read most of her books, and there's another book that she came out with later. It's just like a book of shadows that teaches about all these things that she's done in her life and all the different kinds of witchcraft that she's done. And I just wanted to take the time to kind of talk about her, what she's done for the community, what she's done for the religion. And like I said, it's good to go back and like thank our ancestors and talk about the people that came before us, because without her, I don't think we would have it like as open as we can be able to talk about this stuff. So I really want to thank her, and thank you guys for listening. Well, we're out of time. Thank you guys for listening today on the Temple of the Owl. I'm Matsowl. Thank you for listening to the Temple of the Owl on KUAP Digital Broadcasting, Troubled Minds Radio. Thank you guys. Blessed be.
For many centuries, witchcraft has been considered evil, associated with the devil and all things dark. Let's break these stereotypes with your host, Matsowl, at the Temple of the Owl. Let's talk about magic of the old way to explore the many roles of the witch, learn the tools of the craft, the history of the science behind this ancient, earth-based religion on the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP Digital Broadcasting.
Thanks, Ron.